Pardon me. I'm sorry. Can't be too careful. Mr. VanderMeer,
Yes.
Dr. Lambshead's premier chronicler. The man with the marmot juiced for any occasion. Author of the galvanizing manifesto and cri de coeur and peculiar peril. Welcome to the hypoallergenic chamber of Sargasso. Add musical sting here. Sorry, I forgot the intern quit again.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, especially the allergenic part.
It's essential. Mr. VanderMeer, in this culturally sensitive moment, you have delivered a brutal corrective to anti-marmot ideologues. What led to your decision to become this defender of marmots, as some have called you, such as I?
Well, it is true that there are a lot of giant talking marmots in A Peculiar Peril. And I was first drawn.
Exactly how many?
I think there are about 40 that are mentioned, although only 5 by name. And the reason for that was quite simply that my agent told me I had written about bears too often. And that there was some danger of all the stories that I had bears in being thought of as being part of the same universe.
Or being annexed by the Department of Interior.
I switched to marmots as a suitable furry substitute. But they're also, they're very cute.
So it was a commercial choice.
It was totally a commercial choice. If you want to sell out, giant talking marmots is really how you go about it.
Let's move on to the hero of this narrative, the noble paladin of wisdom and philosophy, Aleister Crowley, who must overcome multiple obstacles to possess every young person's dream, the conquest of Paris through black magic. Tell us how Crowley's own career and playfully inspiring writings have affected your own.
Well, first of all, Crowley is the antagonist, and
Are you? Did we read the? I read the same book.
Well, I mean, I guess it's possible that you could have some sympathy for him.
I mean, all the killing just
the things he goes
got to me, man.
Yeah, yeah. He's not a very nice person, but I thought for some reason that somebody who ruled in a kind of buffoonish way might have some resonance with our current era. And I like the idea of Napoleon's head playing off of him and them being kind of like a comedy duet within this kind of absurdist context.
Sideline question.
Yes.
Who are the other, if you had to have a dinner party with the heads of 5 terrifying dictators from history, who would you include?
I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking in terms of Peculiar Peril. So there's William the Conqueror resurrected as an eel. There's Charlemagne resurrected as a giant moth. There's Crowley, who I don't want to give spoilers, but let's just say his situation changes quite rapidly and quite a lot. I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of them would be very boring dinner companions, to be absolutely honest. Because most of them would probably just talk about themselves. So Napoleon, Crowley, Charlemagne, and the other ones would be basically my idea of hell on earth for a dinner party, I think.
Children and the infirm alike will delight in your most adorable creation, the mecha elephant. Now, I searched through my edition of An Peculiar Peril for an order form for my own mecha elephant, but could not find one. How will one of these be constructed? And are you offering them for sale at this point, or are you waiting for the mass market paperback release?
It's a very good question. I think one of the biggest problems is that they run on living animals. So they're all composed of other screaming living animals. And I just feel like there might be some laws about traffic and whatnot in this country that would mean that it would be legal to stuff, say, I don't know, 500 cats into a machine to make it run down the street.
Most agreeably, I have taken great personal pleasure in seeing how An Peculiar Peril treats that purveyor of Gallic humbuggery, Monsieur Jules Verne. His flagrant plagiarism of my nonfiction account, Sargasso's Guide to the Oceanic Wonderland, left me with an unquenchable thirst for his humiliation, thoroughly slaked by this masterwork. I presume you have some similar revenge you needed to take upon him, to place him in the comic role of servant to the great Crowley.
Well, I think I thought it would be interesting if he was actually an inventor rather than a writer in this alt Earth. And I had done a lot of research on him and Wells for something called the Steampunk Bible, and it struck me how Verne was fantastical, but he had these vast diagrams of the stuff that he created as if he really thought that it could work. And actually drove H.G. Wells to distraction, because Wells was actually very practical and didn't have the diagrams, but had kind of the science behind him. And so it was the contrast.
Or as I might call it, mechanical quackery.
As you might well call it. And I'm sorry that he plagiarized from you too. Maybe you will wind up in volume 2. I don't know, but
that would please me. And I don't care for being pleased. Now, after taking a modest dose of animal tranquilizers, I became certain that this novel is not merely a story, but an encoded treasure map that guides the crafty reader to a cache of solid pewter figurines of Jonathan Lambshead and the others, buried somewhere in a ravine on your estate. What clues can you offer to those eager to dig up the themes of this novel?
Well, first of all, I'm on animal tranquilizers as well, so I'm glad to hear that. But,
so important in these times.
So important in this era. Yeah, the themes include things like don't have romances while on quests, or you'll lose track of things and put yourself in more danger. Don't trust anything that says I am squishy. You'll have to read the novel for that. Don't trust anything to do with puffins. Puffins are actually much deadlier than you might imagine.
Wisdom every child needs to learn.
Yeah, so there's not really themes so much as life lessons, I think. It's just literally 700 pages of life lessons. So really, it's a guide to how to live your life. It's kind of like a how-to, a life coach, I think.
Sorry, treasure hunters, you'll just have to continue to explore the mystery on your own. You're up against a master. My final question to you: if you were forced at spear point to go through a portal to a world constructed by a lesser fantasist, what would it be? And what weaponry would you take to conquer it? Feel free to be terrifyingly graphic.
A lesser fantasist, huh? I am going to not answer that question on the grounds that social media might destroy me. Sorry.
Those jackanapes! This interview is concluded. That is satisfactory.
Thank you.